fifth grade. This is Miss Kirk again, and we are going to be doing some more numerical patterns. This is 15-2. Okay, so let's look at this problem for today. It says, during summer vacation, Julie read 45 pages each day. Her brother Brett read 15 pages each day. It says, complete the tables to show how many pages each of them read after 5 days. So that's what we're going to do. So on day 1, Julie read 45 pages, and we know that Brett read 15. We know that they're sticking to that pattern. They're not deviating from that pattern. So Julie's going to continue to read 45 pages a day, and Brett is going to continue to read 15 pages a day. So we're going to continue to add 45 to Julie's numerical pattern while we add 15 to Brett's numerical pattern. So if we continue to add 45 to Julie's, her next number would be 90, because 45 plus 45 equals 90. Now, if we add another 45 for day 3, her number would go up to 135. Okay? And then if we would add another 45 to Julie's, her number would go up to 180. And if we continue with that pattern of adding 45 to Julie's, her number would eventually go up to 225. So after 5 days, Julie would have read 225 pages. Now, Brett is reading 15 pages each day. So we're going to continue to add 15 to each one of his days to see how many he would end up with at the end. So on day 1, he read 15, but on day 2, he would have read 30 if we add 15 to it. Then he would have read 45. Then he would have read 60, because we're adding 15 to each one of his amounts. So 60 plus 15 then would be 75. So after 5 days, Brett would have read 75 pages. Now we want to look for a pattern between Julie's amounts and Brett's amounts. Well, I see that Brett has read 15 pages each day, and I see that Julie has read 45 pages each day. So that's like a comparison almost. We can write it as a fraction, 15 over 45. Brett is 15, Julie is 45, okay? We could reduce that fraction, okay? What number could both of these be divided by? They could both be divided by 15, okay? The top and the bottom number. So if you take 15 over 45, and you divide both the top and the bottom by 15, you get 1/3. So we can say Brett has only read 1/3 of the pages that Julie has read. Okay? Or we could say Julie has read 3 times as many pages as Brett has read over the 5-day period. So Julie definitely is a more prolific reader than Brett is. Brett needs to get it in action a little bit. Okay? I'm going to flip to the back so we can see our other problem. Our other problem is about Maria and Henry saving money in their savings accounts. It says Maria puts $250 in her account each month, and Henry puts $125 into his account each month. So what we're going to do is we're going to look for some patterns between Maria's amounts that she's putting in and Henry's amounts that he's putting in. So we know in month 1, Maria would have put in $250, while Henry would have put in $125. And then we know they're consistently sticking to that amount. So Maria will add another $250 to her amount to get herself up to $500. And then she will add another $250 to get herself up to $750. And then she'll add another $250 to get herself up to $1,000. So after 4 months, Maria is already at $1,000. And then if she adds another $250, she would be to $1,250. And then if she added another $250, she'd be up to $1,500. So after 6 months, Maria is up to $1,500 in her account. Now Henry started with $125, and he's adding $125 each month. So in month 2, if he added $125, he'd be up to $250. So he would actually be where Maria started the month before. If he adds another $125, he would be up to $375. If he adds another one, he would be up to $500. Sorry, that looks a little, let me rewrite there. If he adds another $125, he would be up to $625. And then if he adds another 125, he would be up to 750. So our questions that we want to answer here is, what relationship do you notice between the total amount Maria has saved after each month and the total amount that Henry has saved after each month? Well, one of the areas I look at, I'm going to look at month 4 because I definitely can work with those numbers easily. They have zeros in them. I noticed that Henry has saved 500 while Maria has saved 1,000. What's the relationship between 500 and 1,000? Well, the relationship between 500 and 1,000 is 500 is half of 1,000. And so let's see if that relationship holds all the way through. Is 125 half of 250? Yes. Is 250 half of 500? Yes. Is 375 half of 750? Yes. So what we can say is the relationship is Henry is only saving half of what Maria is. Or Maria is saving 2 times as much as Henry is. That's the relationship between Maria and Henry in this equation. It says if Maria and Henry continue savings this way, so Maria continues to save 250 and Henry continues to save 125, what will they have saved after a full year? Well, 6 months is half of a year. So we know at the half of a year mark that Maria has saved 1,500 and Henry has saved 750. That's half the year. So if we add on another 6 months, we could say Maria would save another 1,500 and Henry would save another 750. So how much would Maria end up saving then? What is 1,500 plus another 1,500 for the last 6 months of the year? Well, Maria would end up saving $3,000 for the year. You could also do this by doing 250 times 12 because there's 12 months in a year. Okay? On the other hand, Henry saved 750. And we know that he is going to save another 750 in the last 6 months of the year. So we can say that Henry, if he continues at this rate, would save $1,500 for the entire year. You could have also found that by doing 125 times 12. And look, our relationship still holds because 1,500 is half of 3,000. So our relationship between Maria and Henry still holds. Maria is still saving double what Henry is saving. Okay? Make sure that you're doing the IXL lesson that goes along with this and that you're doing some of the supplemental material that goes along with this as well. I'm going to end the video here, and I hope you have a good day. Bye.